Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in there. It's good to see you today. Hope you're enjoying your day off. I'm just enjoying my quiet day here in the classroom with none of you here. It's really boring. Hi, Flashes. It's Mr. Puckett. I'm here to talk to you guys today about Freytag's pyramid, which is a thing that you actually have heard of, even though you maybe haven't heard of it. And that's weird to say, but let me show you what I mean. So when I say Freytag's pyramid, you think of an Egyptian pyramid or maybe some fries because you're really hungry. But let me show you here. This is actually a thing that you've probably heard of before because it is often called the plot mountain or the plot diagram or the witch's hat. But when we're talking tragedy specifically, we use the more hoity-toity name of Freytag's pyramid. We also give credit to Gustav Freytag, who actually invented the thing. So we're going to talk about Freytag's pyramid, and we're going to talk about a little more in-depth portions of it because he wrote a very specific one for tragedy. And that's what we're going to be discussing today and working with as we start working towards the end of Oedipus. There are, you know the sort of main parts to Freytag's pyramid, right? You know the exposition where we meet the characters, and you know the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and then the denouement or the resolution, which you'll notice is not even on this particular thing because we've broken it down into little chunks. Let's start at the very, very beginning. The exposition obviously is when we meet our characters. We're introduced to the setting. We find out the conflict that's going to happen in this play. Often either just before or just after, or sometimes even during the exposition, we have a thing called an inciting moment. That is the moment where our plot actually starts. It's the moment when the aliens land in Independence Day. It's the moment, when like Doc Brown invents a time machine, right? Like this is the thing that kicks off the plot. Once we move out of the exposition, we move into our rising action, and this is when, as the complication, the conflict proceeds, right? This is as our conflict gets more and more complicated. And you'll notice here the word complication shows up here. Rising action is sort of the very broad general term, but the rising action has within it several complications, right? Oh no, we lost our laser sword. The time machine is broken. I accidentally married my mom, like the complication. Then you move on past the complication. You get to the climax. This is a thing that you are familiar with. You probably know it as the moment of greatest tension or the point of no return. Or actually, that's what I actually know it as, but maybe it might not be what you know it as. Sometimes teachers teach it as the moment of the greatest audience involvement. In a tragedy, it's really the moment of no return. It's the moment where the tragic hero has one last chance, and they could, if they wanted to, stop right there, and things would be messed up, but they wouldn't be absolutely ruined, completely destroyed, like they are always at the end of a tragedy. This is the last moment where we think maybe there's a shot where things could end up kind of okay. And right after this, we move into the falling action. Now, the falling action has a bunch of different segments to it. In fact, 3 different segments to it. Or actually, let me just call it 2. And they all have what sort of standard English names, and then they also have more names that reference their sort of Greek origins. So first, following pretty quickly after the climax is the reversal, right? This is also called the peripeteia, if you want to sound very fancy when you're talking about it, but reversal's just fine. In tragedy, it's the moment where the hero's fortunes completely are changed, right? It is the moment where we cannot go back, where things have absolutely taken the turn for the worst, and there's no setting it right. Then after that, this is all coming within the falling action, of course. Like these things are sections within it. You'll notice here it says, after the point of the reversal, the tragic hero realizes or verbalizes their tragic error. This is called anagnorisis. Oh no, if only for my temper, I would have had a nice life. Or if I only hadn't been so prideful and full of hubris, then things would have turned out okay, right? They have to say it out loud so we, the audience, go, ah, yes, this is the lesson that we learn here. It says during the falling action, the earlier tragic force causes the failing fortunes of the hero, right? What he has done, or he or she has done, their tragic flaw, is causing all of this, and they have already verbalized it and said it. This culminates in the final catastrophe and invokes catharsis. We have maybe mentioned catharsis a couple times in class here, just as a quick review. Catharsis is that moment where the negative emotions within you, the audience, are expressed up on the stage and help you sort of externalize them and deal with your own internal negative emotions. This is why we watch sad movies and listen to sad music whenever we are feeling sad. Logic would tell you listen to happy things to try and help you feel happier, but dealing with the things that are making you sad inevitably leads to you feeling better. The catastrophe, right? This is the moment where absolutely everything is ruined. This is the point where, there already was no return, but now the hero has seen the full scope of their destruction, of their tragic flaw, and of their mistakes. The moment of last suspense, this is when the last domino falls. This is the last bad thing happening. This is after the moment of last suspense. Things are terrible, yes, but we've seen it all, and we know it's getting no worse. We know that this is over, and now all that's left is for people to pick up the pieces. This is Freytag's pyramid. I'm going to post this to our calendar. You can take a look at it if you want to use it for your notes and things, or for today's assignment. And let me go ahead and show you that. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to be going to this graphic organizer, which I also have posted in our calendar and in Canvas. And all I want you to do is start sorting out moments from Oedipus the King into these different categories. I also would like you to take this and define the categories based on either this video or based on Freytag's pyramid itself, or based on your own Google searches. Either any of these are fine. However you learn, go ahead and pursue that. And then when you get down here, I am asking you to defend your idea of what the climax of Oedipus is, with 1 to 2 paragraphs. Be sure to use actual evidence, use quotes from the actual play itself. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. Hopefully this doesn't take you too long. Email me if you have questions. If you want me to go over Freytag's pyramid with you, we can do that. I can, just send me an email. If you have a couple students that you're texting with that you're like, a couple friends that you're like, I'm really confused on this, then a couple of you can hop in a Google Meet with me and I can sort of go over it. So let me know. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye.